it's been a pretty good week getting to coach the boys and work with them and everything. It's kind of weird when I read the bios of who's Paul LaPolice, TSN analyst. That still kind of makes it a little goofy for me. You know, it's been a couple years since I've been coaching, and the boys in Saskatchewan asked me to tell the story. I talked about it this morning, about the process. Because somebody asked me after I had been let go, so you guys get in the world of a pro football coach. So, you know, I get let go, and then, you know, the next week they're playing a huge rival game. Coach, did you watch that game or whatever? Say, well, you know what? You know, I didn't really want to, but you have a lot of feelings for all those kids and all the coach and everything. So I said, you know, I should probably get in there and take a look. But I watched it on tape delay. So I basically went for a walk with my kids and my wife, and so we're about an hour behind the game. So they're playing the Labor Day Classic against Saskatchewan, and all of a sudden I get a text from my brother-in-law. And my brother-in-law is a huge supporter of mine, supporter of the Bombers at the time, and then obviously a couple days later he switched allegiances. And he sends me a text and he goes, are you watching this game? So that's all it is. My wife said, don't, we're way behind. We just started the game. We just started the whole game. So as soon as I see that, him say, oh my God, are you watching this game? I just went, oh my God, I'm the worst coach in the frickin' country. Holy shit, Winnipeg is up 50-0. Oh my God, I'm fucking terrible, you know? And then you play the game, you start watching the game, and if you guys don't remember, I mean, it was as bad a game I've seen in a long time. They didn't cross the 50, and so they had 140 yards total offense, they get penalties, they get blocked punts, got beat like 50 to what? One of their worst losses in history. You know, and so I'm going home after the game, I was just like, whew. Well, I went out and got a Corona, had a beautiful hot tub right out by the water, got in the water, opened my beer, and go, ain't my fucking problem anymore. Keep sending those checks though, right? All right, guys, let's talk about speed sweep, all right? So, a little bit about the history of the play here, okay? Hold on, I'm not linked up, guys. Hold on a second. Turn it. Oh, yeah. Let's see. Recording, yeah. So this came about around 2009. You know, we were interested in running speed sweep because I'd watched some tape of Oregon and seen how you guys get out of the perimeter. Jamie Breezy visited Wake Forest because he used to coach. He was coaching with us at the time. And a couple of things that piqued my interest on why to run the play, okay, this is my first thing. It is difficult in the Canadian Football League with stand-up ends and athletic guys on the edge to circle the defense. And the speed of the linebackers. You're tossing the ball, they're chasing you down. So how can we do something where we don't have to bring a fullback in and start cracking down? It's hard when you just have one back in the backfield to get past the defense. And I felt speed sweep gave us the ability to do that because the tailback in our scheme and in most speed sweep schemes becomes a bonus blocker. You're adding a player into the box, yes, a receiver, but the guy chasing him is, you know, he's got to now chase over the top of the linebackers to try to get in a position to make a play, and usually doesn't. Okay, we felt that the motion, with the ability of the motion in the Canadian Football League, you can do a number of things to disguise a speed sweep runner, change up how he's going to get there, and do totally different looks. So this is kind of how we came out and what we like about the play and the why of it. Guys, we're at the pro level. We have guys who can't block peaks, guys, okay? Right? I know you guys are at the high school level. You guys, geez, I only got 2 guys can block. You know, we get the same thing at pro level. Okay, we get guys, you know, where it's hard to block. No, we're going to run power. We're going to run counter to execute all those blocks on the inside. The best part of speed sweep, okay, and all this run game on the perimeter is the nature of the play. Is if you, I call it a 2-block play. If you make the block on the end, and if you make the block on the tailback on the play side linebacker, it's a positive play. Okay, if The receivers get their block, you make it a 3-block play, it's going to be a 20-yard play. Okay? So you don't have to worry about, geez, our backside guard is getting his ass kicked down. The backside people can't make the play. It's a 2-block play. And again, getting a player, hopefully you have a player in your system who can run pretty well, right? Hey, you've got an opportunity to get him around the edge in a position where you don't care about the backside blocks. Okay? Again, like I just said, you got to find a fast guy, move him around, motion him around, okay, and get him to be in a position where all the backside stuff is relevant. Okay, the concept you coach to your players is we are circling the field and circling the defense. We're trying to stretch and run and move as fast as we can around the edge of the defense, use the width of the wide side of the field in the Canadian Football League. I tend to only run it to the wide side of the field and not, I know people do run into the boundary. I'll try to do other concepts, but I like the width of the field. Here's how it looks in the playbook for us. Okay, basically you're in a situation where, like I said, the extra receiver comes into the box, becomes basically your ball carrier. Somebody's going to add with the box. He's on the backside of the play. All right, let's talk about the front side blocks, what's happening here, what we're doing. Okay, the play side tackle, right? His first row, if he's covered in this first picture here, he is singled by himself. Okay, that's how we installed it originally, that he was a single block and he was on his own when he was covered with a 3 technique like we have right here. So he's going to be on, he's got it by himself. Okay, if the rush were to come inside, which you're going to see on the tape, the rush comes inside a couple of times, he can't get there. There's no chance, the ball's already gone. All right, so he's on a single. Okay, he's trying to reach. You know, his aiming point is try to get his outside helmet on the outside, stretch defender. He's going to finish with a strong play side hand. We say strong play side hand because this play will not cut back. Okay, zone schemes, people who run the inside zone play, they finish strong with the inside hand. Why? Because the ball's going to cut behind it. We expect this play to hit front side and stay front side. Okay, the play side guard. Okay, he's doing the same thing as if he's covered. He's blocking number 1 with a perimeter reach technique, breast aiming point. It's pretty much the same thing here, all right, when he's covered with a 3 technique. If you go over to this picture on the right here, okay, I'm sorry, did something, okay. Okay, when you see this picture, when it's a 30 front here, okay, highlight that one. These two will work together and travel up to the play side linebacker and then work backside. Okay, in a covered situation, he's going to step to the front side B gap, okay, and he's going to block the defender B, trying to reach him and get around as much as he can. If he were to get a slant from the inside, he will pass that off to the center and go up to the next linebacker. Okay, the center. We want the center to block 0. Okay, with perimeter reach technique. If he's covered by a linebacker or uncovered, he's going to climb the back to the backside back. Okay, so he will take over any slant into the A gap. So if there's any action of somebody coming in here, somebody comes down into this area of the field, okay, he will take it, he will take it, he will come up and take it, work upfield. Okay, on the backside, if he's got somebody covering him, the guard is going to come slip with him, and then they're going to work up to the next level. Okay, let's talk about the important things. The backside. Backside's real simple. A gap, he's taking whatever. He's taking whatever players in the A gap. Okay, if there's a 3 technique on the backside, he's going to work with the tackle up to the linebacker. They're going to work together, and in a situation where they can get up and work to the backside guy. Okay, it's really just coming on the backside gaps. Okay, backside tackle, again, if he's got a 3 technique, he's going to work with the 3 technique, working upfield. Okay, he's going to work these two up to the linebacker. Okay, if there's an guy in the A gap, he's going to solidify B and then go up here. All right, this last term I just put in here, backside tight end. If you put a backside fullback, you're going to see me on tape a lot of times have a fullback back here. Okay, why am I trying to do that? Because I may be in a situation where I don't want the sand of the field. When you see me run this play, hardly ever is the sand linebacker to the wide side of the field because I don't want to have to block him. So now you're in a situation where, hey, put a tight end backside, the Sam's covering him, and he just rips and runs with the backside guys anyways, okay? You just eliminate a blocker at the point of attack, okay? An important thing I want to talk about, though, is this. You know, I kind of jumped through the O-line stuff, but to understand this, when I run speed, I've talked about going up to a second level. All right, as he goes up and climbs to the second level, he will never, ever take that Mike linebacker. We teach them in speed, hey, understand the tailback's the bonus blocker. You're stepping front side, going to your gap. As you work upfield to the second level, hey, the MAC is going to be gone. If you can get him, great. Don't ever chase the MAC. If we're running outside zone, we're going to chase the MAC, we're going to trap him and probably cut up inside it. In this play, we're in a situation where, hey, no, we're going to let him go, and you're going to turn back on the will linebacker. Okay, why? It's the tailback's bonus. You're either going to take the will linebacker who should be chasing, or you're going to take the Sam linebacker who's coming over the top. Same rule applies on the backside. The backside, if it's a tackle that's going up, go for the will. Coach, what if the will's running? Let the will go, the center will get him, you try to get the Sam. Okay? So again, that's the beauty of the play. We don't have to push everybody in that direction. We pick up a guy with the tailback. Right? So that's crucial. You know, if you're running an outside zone scheme, you're going to have to go get him. Make sure your guy's on speed. Come front side, hey, if that guy's terrible and hasn't moved anywhere, go ahead and take him. But 9 times out of 10, you're not going to chase him, let him go. Somebody's coming to you, you take him, drop him, get him on the ground. Okay? Or get the Sam from over the top. Talk about the tailback here. Okay, so the tailback's rule, his aiming point is 4x4 off the O tackle, it's alignment. Right? The original alignment of the tackle and the ball snap, that's where he's going 4x4. Okay, we just tell him to run to a spot there. Okay, and he's going to block the first thing that shows in the alley. Okay, don't get a lot of alley support in our league because of what we've done formationally. So now he gets an opportunity to just work up to the MAC linebacker. Okay. The first thing, if your threat is inside the tackle, chunk the end. Okay, let's talk about that. Okay, if we're in a situation where this happens, where I'm in my alignment, the ball snapped, and I'm going 4 for 4. For whatever reason, he got caught in here, and he's in here, and he's not outside us. Well, do your best, we call it chunking, to get your inside arm to help that tackle do anything. Just get a piece of that guy as you go, or hit him with your shoulder and give him a shot. Because there's no reason for you to leave until the MAC is what? Outside the rush end. Okay? So we love the teams that want to put the MAC in the line of scrimmage and be in a 5-1. So now we just, as we're working up there, we can get a piece and help and then come off on the MAC. Okay? So easy coaching point for your tailback is, hey, chunk the end when the when the middle linebacker's inside. Okay, versus jet look. I should have kept that picture up there. Okay, let's do a jet look. Okay. If they do this, walk him up, and you would expect that to be coming up, what we will tell him to do, if he walks up to the line of scrimmage, we're going to walk up to the line of scrimmage. We're going to meet him on his side of the line of scrimmage, not our side, because we can't get this thing turned back. So anytime there's a jet look, we're expecting the slant to be inside. He is going to just go, he's going to make it look like this. The coaching point, we say, once you see that jet show up, now you work out like you're going to free release. Try to loosen him up. And then you come up to a spot right near him, bang, pin the outside number. Okay, you go ahead and pin. So anytime we get a jet look, he's going to work upfield and get in a position on it. Okay, 90% of the time you'll block the play side linebacker. 90% of the time is what's going to happen. Okay, I want to talk about this picture right here. Okay, when we get everybody covered in that situation, I didn't talk about it, we'll make a gang call, and basically the entire line rips and runs to the right. Okay, they're going to try to get the will. Okay, but again, if they follow the speed rules in a 5-1 look, they're going to rip and run. Okay, and I'm not sure which guy's going to come out of this, but they're not going to chase the play side linebacker. Okay, so if the will disappears, they're going to try to get the Sam or the dime coming over the top. Okay, But 90% of the time, when you watch this setup, we are on top of the middle linebacker, okay? Unless we formation ourselves to go to the same linebacker. And I'll show you why we're doing that, okay? Okay, timing should be catch and give as you transfer your weight. So we talked to the best scenario for us was catch and give. That's the coaching point. So we're in a situation, quarterback's called this cadence as he's going through his cadence. 142, 142. Set hut. He's got his hands extended. He catch and then give. That's fast. That's the timing. Catch ball. Right. That's the fastest timing we're doing. Now some people, North Carolina, Clemson, I think, some places I was at the last 2 springs, they're catching the ball. Okay, they catch and flip, or they catch and chest pass. Okay, you can do those. We've never had that exchange in probably 5 years running the play. The difference is, I think this might be faster. Okay, this might be a faster situation. I'm not sure when I go back what I'll do. Okay, but I do know this: like if you chest pass, what is it? If the ball's fumbled, it's incomplete. But again, I don't think that's real relative because if you're repping it well, we've never had a bad exchange on the thing. Okay. Okay, the speed receiver. So you have to play with the landmark of what you want to do. Our base aiming point for our speed receiver was the outside leg of the tackle. Okay, he started there and then he played with it himself. Okay, so we had Weston Dressler, and Weston Dressler ran this play. I bet it's 100% of the time. When we put this in, we always formation it so Weston got the ball and he got the ball. His leg was outside the tackle. Now, Chris Getzlaff, who's 4'9", I would never let him run. He'd always be mad at me, but shit, he's gonna be on. I always tell him, hey, your aiming point should be right left of the center, buddy. Coach, come on. And then Claremont's yelling, can I do one, coach? No. So you're gonna have to play with it. So I don't know. For you guys, it might be the inside leg of the tackle. Okay, and then play from there. Again, those kids are good as long as the cadence is consistent. Okay, but the biggest thing when you see our guys, okay, landmarks outside leg tackle, you are full speed when the ball is snapped. I mean, you're moving. You're going as fast as you're doing a 40-yard dash, okay, as fast as you can to the other side of the field when that ball is snapped. It's not your gathering speed. And then the biggest coaching point, no different than our outside zone concept out of gun, is as this kid takes this football, he has got to stay on his line. And you see a lot of teams that run this, they don't do a good job of that. Whether it's outside zone or it's speed sweep, they take this ball and then they just start bending into the line of scrimmage. You circle the defense and then get upfield is what you're trying to do. Okay?
Coach,
yeah.
Just a question in terms of the landmark. You said, I know you want him full speed, but would you want him to be at the mesh depth and then crossing that street, or would you want him to waggle up and then?
You'll see. You'll see. I'll talk about when we're watching up there. Okay. The play side receivers, outside number block is far down. Make sure you remind me if I'm talking. Okay. Outside number block as far downfield as possible. The outside 2 guys are trying to do. Okay. So run the guy off. Plan on his outside, understand the plays and outside run, give us space to get outside and around it, outside the edge. Okay, some issues to be addressed. If you get cover 0, if somebody walks up at a 7-up look, okay, and I think I got a slide of a 7-up look here. Let's see if I got one. Okay. No, let's do this. Okay. You get somebody who walks up, they want to blitz you and 1+ you. So I got my 3 guys here. Here comes Sam. They go half, corner, free safety. Now you can technically still run this because, right, for all your rules, he's going to take the alley player. He's going to be here. 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 They're there. We hand the ball off. Okay. Sorry, I was in a 2-3 set, right? This guy's going. Okay, this guy now has to chase across the field, and you should have an opportunity to get around the edge. What's not great about that in 0 is it just gets flattened out, right? Everything tries to get washed. So we will build. So when we have this play call, I've got 2 eligible receivers on the back side of the play, right? I've got this cat and this cat. So what I'm going to do here is normally we call it, and if we're facing a zero team, I can just tag it with some blitz beaten route, speed out, vertical, okay? Because the action for the quarterback, so he comes up, all right, here's zero. The line's blocking everything. The only free guy is the Will, so he's protected interior. He's got the inside 5 to handle and the outside to this side. So all we do is go backside where the free guy is, and then this guy's going to come right in front. As he takes the ball, he just steps back. Speed sweep guy goes by, and it happens instantaneous. He takes it back and just throws the speed out cut. So, and again, it doesn't have to be out cut vertical. It could be 2-man screen. So if you don't want to run it versus a 7-up, you can add a cover 0 blitz beater on the backside. Okay, so that's one of the first things we build when we put this play in. It's like, hey, let's not get flattened out. Let's get the ball outside of the perimeter. Crack scheme, okay? Let's talk about crack schemes. A lot of teams will do this. A lot of teams are going to come up and they're going to go bang right there, okay, and put him on there. Run it that way. Get better angles, put yourself in a better position, okay? So you can add cracks. You can do it other ways. Here's another scenario for a crack that I don't like to do, but I'll talk, some people like to do this. All right, so I come up to this situation. I come down and crack him. I come down and crack him. And I come down here and I crack him. Now circles the defense to the widest guy to put them in a position, okay, of getting around the edge. Could create great angles. I hate this type of crack stuff, guys. Just if I'm going to do that, I'm going to condense the field. I'm going to constrict the formation, because this is what happens. I feel 90% of the time, if the team's well coached, you either miss that block or you definitely have a hard time making that block if you're in a spread set. Okay. So if I'm going to do that, you'll see on tape, I just bring all 3 down. Okay, if you want to crack, just you don't have to crack. Just put everybody either to the left or bring everybody tight down so you can run around people. You want to run this so there's nobody outside, and you can just rip and run. Okay, once you get in that hand, give that kid all that room to run. Okay. Rules for big team front side. Okay. Yeah, let's talk about that. Okay. How this play has evolved for us after running it for a couple years is we ran a lot more what I call big team down the road. Here's a tight end, here's another tight end, here's our tailback. How are they going to line up? A lot of times they're going to do that. Okay, and now they've put the Sam here, the Mac here, the Will here, here's the boundary half, here's our speed sweep guy. So with the rush ends up here, they can recognize because they're standing up, and they're pretty damn athletic, right? Those guys can come off. So what we tried to do is say, you know, screw the ends, let's move it one farther out, and now put the tailback on the Sam. We'll double the 7 back to the linebacker. Okay, so now this is all that happens, right? And everybody else's rules the same. Everybody's working up here. He's cutting off. We give this, and he bumps out one guy. Okay? What does that assure me? Assures me I'm getting the ball out of the perimeter. Okay? So you're going to see a couple of clips where Dressel actually goes back inside. He had to end up going back inside the end. Okay, here's some of the play action game off it. Okay, this is naked, you'll see on tape. But the best thing about this play, when you see us starting to put the film on, is I'm sitting there, and I guess we put this in minicamp, quarterback school, in probably March or April, and just like, okay, let's try something else. You know, we had every swinging, freaking every action we could think of, every motion we could think of. We ran quarterback ISO off, and we fake speed, then ran quarterback ISO. And literally, the stuff we were practicing in March was in 2009, the Grey Cup, our last touchdown of that game. Something we put in March during quarterback school off of this play. So there's tons of things that you can do off. So here's one, 8-speed naked sleigh. So basically, all you're trying to do here is let them lose sight of this tailback right here. And what happens is he pretends like he's going to go ahead and block speed, and then he snaps right behind the defense, and then we've got a level throw on the backside. We don't block the end. If that end collapses inside and goes, we're out on the edge. If he comes upfield, the tailback goes behind him, and we just shove it to him. Okay. If he tackles the tailback, we're out on the edge. Okay, we're out on the edge. You can take a look at this. Here's some game plans that you'll see on the tape. We had a tag and we ran speed far, which is fake or reverse. Okay, puts us in a situation where now, hey, I've got plenty of opportunity to make sure that as I'm coming out of this thing, we fake the reverse, okay, or we can hand the reverse to that guy or flip it to him. Okay, this is the double pass. You'll see this bottom one, okay, where we went on a level throw downfield. We hit Andy, Western grad alum, Andy Fantus for a 60-yard touchdown. Gave it to Jason Armstead. He did a double pass and brought it down there for a big play. Okay, let's play the video. Okay, this is a little bit out of the order because I can't sort with this viewing station here, but so it's throughout the course of the season. So let's take what we're doing here. Okay, we've gone to bunch this week because we had a bunch package in the week before. We've tightened all the splits down. So again, now if we get our two block game, we got our 2 blocks in the perimeter. Not only can we get big yardage, but we can outflank the defense better. Okay, and that's what happens here for a touchdown. We give it to Dressler. Okay, now this term we didn't talk much about this. We did this maybe 5 times where we did it under center. Okay, so when you do it under center, I would just advise you just have a term for it. But I think when I go, I'm not even going to have a term for it. They're going to know if it's under center or not. You don't have to term it, but you could term it. You could call this is the speed is in shotgun, whatever. Fly is under center. Just have a term it and go. But this is faster. Okay, this is definitely faster. And we get him the ball immediately. Look, nobody's following the quarterback too. Like look at the naked off that. Okay, there's nobody there. So we give it to him. Tailback blocks, receiver blocks, we circle the defense, flip the field for a touchdown. Okay, ball snaps, look at Dressler. Freaking perfect. That's why he's in the NFL. Kid, listen. Okay, first couple games, it took him just a couple of reps, and then he did it perfectly every time. Okay, so we talked about big team. Now we're in big team. I got a tight end on each side. What the tight end is going to do is it's going to allow me to get around the defense. It's, again, going to create more space for us so that stand-up end can't make a play because we get to double team them. And again, the other neat thing about this, watch the backside here, guys. Who has to chase on the backside? That one, right? Not the half of the sand. And look at the, I mean, this is Jamon's like, oh shit, I'm not chasing that guy. I'm gonna hang it that, as Coach McPhee would say, I'm gonna sit here and smoke a cigarette for a while. Okay. Okay, we didn't block anybody, guys. Perimeter-wise, we just got 11 yards. Tailback don't like it. Don't go early, tailback. Don't go early. Go on the ball snap. Okay, big team. This is in the East Final, West Final in 09. I'll be setting something up here a little bit later. You'll see. We just went from, we've got it in big team to go ahead and run it. Stu Ford again should not be up early. Here's a zero look. This is a hell of a pickup by our guys. Here's where we didn't check it, but because we have numbers, we're able to handle it. Stu Ford, Chris Arp is a smart football player. He recognizes normally these two go to there. He recognized the overhang because normally they go 39 to back inside. They saw that they brought the extra guy down. Stu Ford goes to take him, recognizes Zarka goes to him, handles it. So again, that's into zero. That's into 1+. Again, you see the Armsteads of the world, the Dresslers getting this, not the Getzlaffs or anybody else.
So you want your tailback to wait until the ball snaps before he moves?
Because if he moves early, who's moving early? The Mac, right? So just stay there, unless the Mac is moved. Here's another one off of belly. Okay, we started to do a little bit as a short yardage play.
Do you ever have trouble with penetration from the front side 3?
No. In the way we block, we don't really. I think I'm going to be blocking it differently. We're not going to block the 3 anymore. We're going to go the other way, and he's not good at making play. All right, but here, what's classic about this? Let's see this. Yeah, this is 2009, game 1 of the season. Studied the speed sweep stuff, everyone, and I'm going to be one of those guys saying, we invented that. I mean, because I don't remember seeing a lot of speed sweep early on, so it's the first rep of the year. Fire it up. All right, it's like the second series of the game. Let's get speed run. All right, here we go. Watch this game right here. Lots of 2. All that work all off season, lots of 2.
Now, did you run a bootleg off that?
Yeah, you'll see it in this game. That's not the issue. Watch the issue here, guys. So when you do this, couple of points. Be careful about, and now this is a thing, one nice little thing we're trying to do. See what I did here? This is just to say, hey, Hap and Sam, you guys got to communicate a little bit here, right? Just doing a little bit of motion. Corey Banks, I mean, we should be running bubble or something out here, because look at where Corey Banks is. He's 4 yards inside it, so he beats him across the field. You know, we lose the tailback block. But I'm sitting in the booth going, what the hell? Shit. Okay, so now, different formation. And again, what I love about this is, you know what, it's not, he starts in his base motion, and then he makes a, we used to say, hey, go full speed, attack the line of scrimmage, make a hard right? And that's all he's doing, get in a position to go. So, they can't get lined up, and I'll show you in the end zone in a second. We are basically in 2 back, we're in a 1x3 set. Okay, we're in a 1x3 set. Where's the fullback? Right there. So what does that do? It's giving me a 7. Okay. Oh, sorry. Did you see? There's nobody left on this side of the field, guys. That guy is always. We need to make a 2-block game again. No idea what he's doing. No idea. Jerron Walker from Lehigh, engineer. Block corner. So yeah, here's Chris Zarka. Okay, we now go to 18. We double this to inside. He can't get a line. He's supposed to be over here. Actually, he helps himself out because he was supposed to be on this side of the field. Watch the timing. He's late. It's too late. That'd be a minus. Great cut. Yeah, too much space. Make the field corner do something. And again, you guys, it's all relative. I know you guys have one fact. Some you guys have one guy who can kind of run. I hope you do, or else the guy's going to lose everything. No, I was at a clinic years ago in Boston, and this guy was talking about his empty no back passing league or whatever. This is our 50 protection. We get all these guys out, we throw it downfield. This is a clinic in New Hampshire and Maine. And like, Maine doesn't even, it's like illegal to throw the ball in Maine, you know what I mean? and like, the 2 guys behind me, and I'm like 23, writing notes down, and the guy behind me goes, is this guy for fucking real? I'm like, does this guy know I only got 3 receivers on the team and only 1 can catch? Let's go to the bar, you know? All right, so we got another one. Here's big team. So this is big team. Put the formation in the boundary. Again, there's nobody from the hash to the sideline. So now I'm in a situation where we've solidified the edge. I actually call crack on this one, okay, to tell Fantus to crack the guy coming across the field. And watch Fantus, he just, I said, Andy, what are you doing here? You know, he's like, I just couldn't, I didn't see him. Coach, oh, you wanted that guy? Western education, right? So, 8-yard gain, right? Andy Fantus might be the best, might be the best receiver I've ever coached, by the way. He is tremendous. Smart, intelligent. Oh, here's a good story. So, like, it's like week, you know, we think we're great at speed at this point. This is like week 14 or something. And the Dressler, who doesn't say boo, comes, hey coach, I got something for you, come here. And him, Darian Durant, and Jeremy O'Day, center quarterback, they're just excited. They're like little children. I'm like, what? It's the end of practice. Like, come here, come look at this. So Darian does his cadence. Okay, so go, 142, 142. The ball snapped, Dresser runs right in front, takes the ball, runs right by. No exchange, he just takes it out of the air. I'm like, holy shit, what was that? Oh, we've been practicing for a couple of days, can we do that? Not this week, guys. So let's clear this with the head coach. We showed Coach Miller. Coach Miller, Coach Miller's great. He's like, yeah, let's get that in. Yeah, let's get that in next week. So we're practicing for weeks. So everybody on the team, we run it in the no-huddle session, and all our defense would be like, we're running outside zone in this direction, the ball goes, and the guys are like, that's the worst, but we can't find the ball, and dress is so small. So finally we call it the game, and it's funny because everybody's waiting for it to be called. And so this is, and we're going to have Darian go like this, like he didn't have the ball, turn his back away. Thank God. I had 2 ways to go, thank God I did it. Fucking Dresser was late. So I go, what happened? He goes, I just got nervous, coach. So you got nervous, I had to call the thing, right? And then Darian takes it, and then just gets it to him. But still, look how many yards we get.
Yeah.
So this is what we call, this is kind of how I've evolved. Just block outside zone to the right and just hand it to this guy going the other way. Don't block those guys because yeah, watch this. Woo. So that's what we call, it was supposed to be called direct. So we're running outside zone to the right, watch 99, no clue. Especially from 3-point. Okay, a couple more, and then we'll get some passes and some last couple years. Something break up in 09. Okay, we had Armstead in the game earlier. The week before, Armstead threw a big pass play in the West Finals. So we said, let's put Armstead in and not make him the primary. Because every time he's in there, they're going to think, oh, Armstead's a special play guy. So we fake the reverse thing, everybody would think that he's getting the ball. We give it to Jermaine Walker. So we just tagged this with reverse. So now they fake a reverse. And again, they've got better numbers than us because they're a 3-on-2 to a 2-3 set. But watch what happens to him. He just gets caught up and lost. Watch him. He just gets kind of caught up in the wash. The tailback release goes upfield. See, see how slow he is now? He goes, okay, the max no threat. I'm just going to see what's the threat here. He ends up taking the sand. Same thing with a reverse. Take a look. This is why we started going. Look at Hamilton here. The kid's trying to chunk and help out. But look what he's doing. Forcing us back inside. Far again. So you can just make up whatever you want on all that stuff. But again, look at this end. Those guys are going. Okay. Okay, here's his flip off of it. Okay, so now you're faking like you're going speed, like you saw in the first play of this was a touchdown, and then we just flip it. Again, another misdirection. One way, throw it the other way. You, Charles. Reverse. Okay. You do the same thing, now hand the reverse. Okay, quarterback recovers. That's 8-yard gain. Fun for the guys. But again, you slow people down. Throw it back. Okay, let's go to some other year stuff. 2-9 speed specials. Okay, there's probably only 2 of these. Maybe it's some of the run game on it. Okay, somebody asked about a naked, right? Here's our naked. It's Winnipeg. So, big team. Okay, watch the tailback. He starts like at speed, so then he gets lost by the match. I screwed Darian by calling this way, which was, not going to his throwing arm, so this makes it a tougher throw for him. Ken commits to him, go to the tailback. Like it, because there's so much misdirection you can do off the speed. The line just blocks speed. You just have to turn to tell the tailback to come backside. Okay, this is This is in the West Final in 09. Okay, we had already put this kid in the first half. I had set this up early in the game, put him in, and we went wedge on 3rd and 1, kept big team in, threw him in here. That's what's amazing about this kid, Jason Armstead. The kid, literally takes his jacket off, goes in here and throws a perfect throw downfield. So now we fake and then go. Watch the field corner here. Watch Dwight Anderson. Yeah, should have touchdown. I mean, what this kid's like, as Keith would say, put a cigarette out with his foot, walked into the game, and just threw this perfect spiral, cold as hell. Okay, reverse pass. Really didn't work out the way I drew it up. I wanted this guy to get the ball. It's like 4 people covering him. Find this check down. Guy turns it into a 20-yard play. He's a good player with skates. Let's go. Okay. We turned this technically, this is like our slide protection, but we did speed action. Then we gave a reverse, and then we had a level throw. We had fan twos, guy at second level, and the quarterback. The quarterback's wide open. The one thing you got to know is you got to put Andy in here because Armstead's going to throw it no matter what. There's like 4 guys who's going to throw it. And he throws a touchdown. Fan twos, out jumps Hefty. Great catch. So there you go. You got the action. It's great misdirection here. Okay. If you're going to do this stuff, the reason you do all this stuff is because it should make your run game better. Okay? Let me check this. Okay, so here's how it affects the run game. This is in the Grey Cup, where we go up by 7 frickin' team with 12 minutes left and lose. Okay, so we fake speed. This is just quarterback ISO, okay, that we practiced way back in March. So we fake speed. The tailback just goes from pistol. He blocks the wheel. Everybody else is running quarterback ISO, or quarterback lead draw, if you want to call it. Darian rides it, and watch, he rides it from his right. He rides it from his right foot to his left foot. The left foot now has the weight on it, and then you transfer it and get up in the hole. Great block by West Gates. We walk in. Okay, here it is again, early in the year. Darian does a great job hiding it. This is double fast. When all the D coordinators in the league started calling me and saying I was an asshole, so I started doing this, motioning both directions in the same play. Okay? And then something like, get something, you know this guy was coming. Watch, this guy tries to blitz the gap, backs off this, so we hit it. So, yeah, they blow the gap, gets off in his fast motions, and just wham blocking him. You're doing all this misdirection. Sooner or later, you better be handed off to these guys coming around. Okay, so here it is again. We fake speed, but we're just running outside zone. And the timing. This is a dumb one. So we're doing a fast and a far. So we fake. There's speed sweep. No, there's outside zone. Up here's reverse. So I got 3 things I got to look for. Worked out awesome too, didn't it? Okay, first series of Grey Cup 09. Okay, again, this is where I'm going to block more, do more of. We call outside zone to the left, okay, and then we tag it with a give term, and that tells, okay, we basically called outside zone with a backside blocker, and then we tag it with a give term, and that tells this guy to come around the edge, okay, and then ensure the handoff is good. Make sure the end's not blocked, and then he'll end up blocking who, guys? The guy who runs with him, right? The guy's going to come over the top. That's who he's going to end up taking. So, again, they can't see it. Look, and you don't have to bring fan tubes, because watch this guy. Okay. A couple more. Here it is again. They catch us in zero. This is when we started adding zero beaters to it. Because we should just throw the ball to the boundary here because we can't handle this guy in front. Well, I mean, Andy's there, but he just saw that one flash first. We really like Andy to get the first one. Hopefully we can cut it back up inside. Okay, so that's we tag a give and we just give to that guy. Okay. Uh, 2011. I don't have as many clips as 11. Yeah. That. Okay, this is in the East Final in 11 when it was 30 below zero. Through the first, we went and set the tempo, slowing them down. This is the first series of the game. So we were in a 2x3 set. We got Clarence Denmark across. We're running outside zone to the left, out of pistol, and we just tag it with give, and we just give it to that guy. So now the end, end 50-50s is dead. Okay, so now it turns into a what? Now, again, when you do this, you don't have to worry about the end. It turns into a one-block game. If Terrence Edwards makes a block, we get good yardage. Circle the defense. Go around both guys. Watch the field end. Stand up and try and see what's going on. Tackle goes down. Again, I don't see how close he is to the guard. I should have showed him a better angle. It's way too tight. He should be closer to the quarterback. Here we go. This is the one time we're in the boundary. Like it. I'm just this is run up room. Okay, big team. Okay, again, we had a crack on, so we call it speed crack. So we crack down. There's nobody. I mean, we've circled. Look how quickly we're around the defense. Bring the tailback out on one. Again, another chunk play for us in the run game. And again, this can't be 20 times a game, but this can definitely be 3 times a game. Big team, speed, far. Okay. Which receiver runs the reverse, guys? Smartest guy in the room, tell me.
Last one.
Reverse. Which guy runs the reverse that I've seen on the film every time I run it? Which guy? Which guy?
Top guy.
What top is?
Left.
Okay.
Left of the quarterback.
Farthest guy. How about that? Farthest guy away. Why am I doing that?
Because you want them to run to the wide side of the field.
Yeah.
Longer to develop.
Yeah. Not the
We're
most
not
important thing.
illusion
Pull
that
defense.
he's going to go for a pass and he cuts
Gaining
in.
speed.
Okay. When you're to the wide side of the field, who's usually low? Half the corners. Right. So if you're going to do the reverse, again, you can do whatever you want. I like to do it with the outside player because normally the corner is a high player, especially in a 2-3 set. Okay. So that's why when you see this, it's always the field number one doing it. Now, that guy should crack, but again, some of these guys don't do a good job of it. I mean, look at the field corner because he thinks the reverse is. Couple more. Boom. There we go. Look, and shit, there's one guy 24 yards from the sideline. Okay, knees final again. Okay, widen this out. We don't get a good block on the edge. It's hard to run that sucker. Here's a team who knows how to handle it. Us in the Grey Cup. These guys can run now. Okay, here's another one. There's why you do it. Because in 2-3 sets, the corner's always a high player. And you guys have been trying to run in there all the time. Power and count on it. Out there. the special plays we've done. Okay, you go speed, reverse, flip it back to buck. Okay, bring the guy all the way across the field, down and away. Terrence does a great job influencing the backside player. Flips it back to Buck. Buck has to punt it to this guy. Okay, so just review a couple of these things. So here's us doing with a faker reverse, right? In a 2-3 set with faker reverse. Here we're coming down, we're tightening our splits down, then we're cracking. So we crack, tailback go on the next one. Okay? This is now, instead of handing it in front, this is an over-the-top handoff, so he can't see the ball. Okay? Just to have a different tag to get it over the top. Still the same play. Here's the reverse. You guys saw it. Here's in a 1x4 set. I mean, just figure out however you want. The naked we saw, put a Y up here instead. You can just keep building as many different variations. And it's like 3 pages in my book. Okay? And you pull one out every couple of weeks. So again, it doesn't take a lot up front. It puts you in a position where if I've got a guy with decent speed, I can formation myself to get opportunities on the edge. Where I'm going more of is what you saw, what I call give. More like, all right, we'll run a counter to the right. Everybody run counter. I'm not going to hand the ball here. But